Hello there, this is Nick Roach and thought it might be nice to do a video outside this evening. I'm talking today about the teachers, or they might refer to themselves as non-teachers, who state there's nothing you can do on the spiritual path, that there's nothing you can do. And if you've been around a little while exploring different teachers, teachings and philosophies, you may have heard this before. There are even those who say any technique, any practice, any method will not only not help you, but it will hinder you. They say it will feed the ego, feed the emotion, and put you backwards. Now, looking at that bit alone, that idea means the person who's saying it believes it is possible to affect one's spiritual growth, albeit negatively. They are saying if you do so and so to try to help your spiritual development, that act of doing it will put you backwards. And if you look at that, they're acknowledging therefore that you can do something, because they're acknowledging that something will affect your spiritual development. All they're saying is they don't know what could possibly affect it in a positive way, to put positive and negative into it. Assuming one is looking for spiritual development, the positive would be in that direction. So anyone who says any spiritual practice will hold you back is acknowledging that you can affect your development. They just don't know how to do it to help oneself. So, I've been puzzled by this idea for quite a while. As people who know me will know, my path has been very much one of a method or practice of stilling the mind, holding the point of I am, and any disturbance, emotional disturbance, once the action has been taken to address it physically, any action that's required, so the mind can't keep thinking about stuff to do, it's being done, then hold. You hear all that noise there with the geese settling down for bedtime? The mind, once it's accepted it can't do anything, there's nothing more to do, just hold it. Hold the emotion, hold the disturbance. And the idea is that the emotion cannot survive in conscious awareness. It needs unconscious thinking and worrying to feed it. Stay conscious and aware, and the emotion will itself become conscious. You merge with the energy, the unconscious energy, becoming more conscious, more aware, and less emotional. And I did that for 25 years, and I can only say it worked for me. And other people have come to me and said, thank you Nick, I tried it, it's amazing, it worked for me too. So those who have tried it have said it's worked. So I was puzzled, why would these people say there's nothing you can do? They don't even say, I didn't follow a path, so I don't know of a path. There might be one, but I didn't need one, I didn't follow one, I don't know of one that'll work. That I could understand, but I couldn't get these people who say categorically, there is nothing that you can do. Nothing. And if I was to speak up and say, excuse me, there is, the teachers I'd speak with would dismiss it instantly. No, there's not. There's no one to do anything. And the seekers, their students, would attack and say, no, there's not. The same lines. And I was thinking, why would this be? Surely the teachers would be open enough to hear something and understand it and learn it. Why would they be so strict, so adamant? There is nothing one can do. And finally, recently, I had the opportunity to speak with quite an open person who's involved with teaching and teaching this. And I asked if they could explain, as far as they know in themselves, why it is that people, they, say there's nothing that can be done with such certainty. I didn't get the answer I expected, although I had quite an informative answer, and in short, the person told me it was about choice and not having any choice. This just occurs. It's just happening. There is no choice in it. And he said, therefore, there's nothing you can do because you have no choice. And that I understood. I understood perfectly. When I talked about the emotional side, the connection, the emotion creating the outside, which is not really outside because everything is one, but the emotion inside creates the outside, as within so without, and dissolve the emotion, and you're dissolving the outside situation as well. And life gets better, and you become more conscious and aware. And eventually, the in and the outer is one and the same. Everything happens in this moment now. I am the moment now. That's what happens. And the reply was, well, I don't know about that stuff. The teacher said, my life is very simple. I didn't follow a path. I don't know about the emotion and stuff. I don't need to know about it. It just happened to me. And it just occurs. And I have a lot of respect for that. But it did prompt me to create a little video about it. I wanted to have a look at what that means. Because to me, having no choice is exactly right. I agree entirely. To me, now, there is no choice. This is just occurring, just happening. But even if things are just happening, they are indeed happening. For example, I would say to a person who was adamant, there is nothing that they can do. There is nothing they can do. I would say to them, do you not wake up in the morning and get dressed? Put on your socks and your shoes and tie up your shoelaces? Do you not eat when you're hungry? Drink when you're thirsty? Get up and go to the toilet when you need to go? Drive the car? Indicate when you need to pull into a junction? Do you not stop before you hit something? When you're talking with someone, do you wait for them to finish and then speak? Do you even, if you're having an argument, refrain from losing your temper? That is all happening. Every moment of every day is happening to the person. And they would go, yes, indeed, I make no choices though. I'm not doing it. It is just happening. And I would say, right, then why can't being conscious and dissolving the emotion just happen as well? Do you see that? When I'm explaining my process, which I got from Barry Long, when I'm explaining that, and I'm saying one can be conscious and dissolve the emotion, cannot survive, the response is, but you cannot do anything, there's nothing you can do. But they know nothing about the process of the emotion. They're dismissing it instantly because they've been told there's nothing you can do. Because you have no choice. And yet they do things all day, every day, living, day-to-day things, feeding, walking, talking, running, driving, all day, every day. There is doing or there is happening. I don't care which you call it. The fact is, life goes on. So why is it that one can go through the whole of the day doing all this stuff, all this is happening to them, and as soon as I say, okay, next time you're emotional, hold it, why at that moment do they say, oh no, I can't, because there's nothing to be done. There's no one to do anything, so I can't do it, because there's no one to do it. I can't make that choice to do it. Well, you made the choice to open the door and walk through it. No, I didn't, it just happened. Then why can't this just happen as well? Another example is now when I'm asleep in bed and I'm in a dream, and every so often at night when I wake in the night I do lie in the blackness and look back in my mind to remember the dream I was just having. And if you practice a bit, it's quite amazing. You can connect with the dreams even though you think they've gone. If you stay there and hold it and look into the blackness, just don't move, you can actually often remember the dream you were just having. And often I notice, on the rare occasion where there is a problem dream, in that there's an emotional situation which I'm facing in the dream, a couple of examples spring to mind. I was warned in the dream, don't go down those stairs, as pure evil is down there. Pure evil. And you cannot go down there, you'll never survive. And in my dream, I immediately connected with him. And I went down the stairs, went into it. And at that moment there was a caretaker making up a cup of tea. Had no shirt on, don't know what that meant, but there you go. Instantly connected. Another one recently had a dream of some evil spirits trying to take people over. I think I'd been watching a movie beforehand, and I was looking in a mirror and one was outside me trying to get into me, and instantly I connected with him and it disappeared. And I saw in my dream that they need the person to be unconscious in order to take them over, and they need the emotion of fear to give them energy, which is what I'm doing in my life anyway. But there are however many examples, I can't remember now, whenever any difficult situation happens in my dreams, I connect with him and the situation in my dream evaporates instantly. There's no problem, instantly, and no fear, gone, as soon as I connect. Now in the waking world I can connect, and I am connected all the time, let's say, but I can connect, and the emotion, any disturbance which was, I know, creating the outside situation, can dissolve slowly, and the outside situation also dissolves accordingly. Whereas when I'm asleep dreaming, it's instant. In this place it happens a bit slower, but it's the same thing. And I would say when asleep and dreaming, I'm not even aware, it's not a lucid dream, I'm still asleep, I'm still dreaming, and therefore I'm not doing it. Wouldn't that be right? To these people who believe there's nothing you can do, it just happens. I'm not doing it. It is just happening. The dream is just happening, and I am just doing it. It's just occurring, and yet it still works. And that is what I'm saying here. This process of method, of being conscious, of being aware in an emotional situation, and holding the emotion, holding the disturbance, holding it tight, and sitting with it, or walking, just holding it, and feeling the emotion screaming out to try and make you think, but you don't move the mind, you hold it, and you feel after a while it shrivels up and it's gone, and the problem outside is also gone. That happens, that works, and that's real. And you don't have to believe me, because you can try it for yourself. And yes, the emotion will be screaming out almost inside the information it's almost telling you, like an entity trying to survive. You can't do this, this isn't working, this is no good, you can't do it long enough anyway, this won't work. But if you hold it, all of a sudden it's gone. That bit of emotion will be gone. So I'm telling you the process works, but you don't have to believe me, you can try it, then you'll know for yourself it works. The point is, with these people who say there's nothing you can do, first of all, that works. And when they say there is no choice, you don't have to have choice. Do it if you do it. Just as you get up, go to the toilet. In the morning you get dressed, brush your teeth, wash your face, have a shower, go swimming. All the things you do all day, or that happen, that occur, just awareness, experiencing itself, just whatever you want to call it. It happens to you. It happens. You can even say it happens to nobody if you're that way inclined. But whenever, it's happening. This is happening now. You're watching this. This is happening now. On a monitor, TV screen, laptop, mobile phone, it's happening. You've had to push the button of some sort to make it play. Have to push a button to make it go away. Turn it off. Turn it over. Put something else on. That's already happened and will continue to happen after this. So why is it you can do all this stuff, but the moment there's a process of when you're emotional, hold it still. Oh no, I can't do that because I can't do anything. There's nothing to be done. There's a massive contradiction. Massive contradiction. It doesn't hurt me. I've done it and I'm doing it, and now I could say I no longer do it. It just happens, like in my dreams. Now I'm in that state and I don't need to connect within anymore because I'm already there. Any difficult situation happens, I'm already there, and the emotion is dissolved quickly because I'm already there. So I don't need to believe it. I don't need to convince you. It's just amazing. People are so adamant, they so want to hold on to the idea there's nothing you can do, and argue and defend it really, really aggressively sometimes. And of course, the effort they're putting into to defending a position, you put the same effort into being conscious and aware, then you're doing it. I hope you see this doesn't really make sense. If one can defend the position that there's nothing to be done, what's wrong with trying it? One's trying not to do it, defending not doing it, the other's just doing it. Both of them are doing. Why not try it? All I can say is it works. It worked for me and it works for others. Might well work for you. Thank you.